All right, welcome back. Next we have Luam's group. They have a little iClick robot for us. They will give us a demonstration of how it works.
Hey guys, I'm Luam, and this is Team iClick. We have Nasir, Ezra, Mohammed, and Ardo. And then this is our design. It's called iClick, like Tyler said. And then what it does is so it plays a game for you. So anything that has to do with clicking, it plays it for you. And then it gives you a higher score.
Loser.
So basically, what this does is it's gonna play a game for us that's called Stack. Stack is a game where every time you click, the square box will stack on top of each other. I'm gonna show you guys a quick demonstration. If you could open your phone for me, please. Right. And if I could have just a couple people come to this side of the table, whoever wants to see. As you guys can see, the game is called Stack. All right, and this is what it looks like. Plug this in. And let's see what level it gets to. Already 15. Ooh, that's a high number.
How much you sell this for?
I'd say go about 30, 40. What do you think?
I'll trade you my bot for yours.
I'll pass.
And there you go. It had a score of 42. And we call this the iClick. Alright? And now we're going to show you a video that probably has a higher score. So everybody can see what it kind of looks like. You have to screw back to the second too. What you said? 20, 29, 30, 31. Oh, that's a pretty high number. 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Higher than our last score.
I'm so bored right now.
47 was the score that we got from the
It's called the iClick.
And I'm going to be talking a little bit about the code that went into that. For the code that went into the iClick. So this is what we started with. We started with the iClick server. What we use is the Arduino software. Right here, where it says my servo that attached 9 was the servo that we used to attach to this board right here, so we can transfer the code from this phone to this servo right here to make it. Right here, we set it to wait for 80 milliseconds. Every time it does its rotation of 45 degrees, it will wait 80 milliseconds before it goes back up. Same thing, 760 milliseconds for when it's coming right back down. Initialize pin 13 as the low. Pin 13 sets the pen to where it is so that every time it hits the thing, it doesn't go all the way full circle. It'll stop and come right back up every time it detects something blocking the path. Set the position to servo motor to 90 degrees. This was the hardest part for our code. So instead of setting it to 90 degrees, I tried a couple other things, 45 degrees, 50 degrees, 60 degrees, 70 degrees. None of them worked. And I found out that 89 degrees was the perfect degree to get the pen to hit the phone at the right time every time that the square came along. And then later on, we changed for this side of the pen to be set to 125 degrees so that it doesn't hit this side of the phone every time that this side of the pen would click on the phone, so that the project would be running and it would be functioning well. Next slide, please.
So reasons we use code. We use Arduino software because it's really effective. It comes with the device itself. And it was written with Java based on processing and other open source software. It also runs on Mac, it runs on Windows and on Linux. And we watched like a bunch of like YouTube videos and things like that on how to use the software. And it was pretty easy when we put it into action. Our group was able to come together and create this And so that's the reason why we use the Arduino software to code this in Java.
So some of the cons of this is that Arduino is a little bit difficult to understand if you haven't gotten proper instructions, and the kit that we had did not come with decent instructions. So that was a bit of a roadblock. So we had to go look at online tutorials on Arduino, as well as the ability of Arduino itself is based on your knowledge of Java and C#. It also requires a little bit of knowledge of writing and or of wiring mechanics. Next slide, please. Some of the pros are that Arduino has a very large list of capabilities. It's extremely friendly to new users once you start to grasp some of the basic concepts. And the language is Java, which is extremely useful because it's an object-oriented programming language, which means that you can transfer your skills from pretty much any other object-oriented programming language.
Difficulties with the code. If I get the transition ball, please. All right, difficulties with the code. For the problem, we didn't have really any problems with the code besides like finding the degrees and the right angles for the pen to hit the phone at the right time, for the square to land on the right place. And the solution to the problems, we were mainly just referring to YouTube and referring to Google to find out like different ways to fix the code errors and find ways to like make the pen hit the phone at the exact same time.
For the product and design, we actually use tools we can find in that room right there. So we use tools to label. That's what we used. We use tape and a pen. So this is something that everybody can do it. We don't want to buy a robot that was programmed, so we just want to do something by ourselves. That's why we went to the kitchen, we got these two things. It took about 20 minutes. This pen, and also that money we just bought it from Robin, chocolate, and obviously the tape. And the box is also from the kitchen right there. So this thing can be done in 20 minutes as long as you code it. Is there any question for us? Oh, here.
Yeah, real quick. What's the human equivalent? What's your high score in that game?
So I played that game. I played it a couple of times the past 2 days, and my high score was 31. So
No. Our high score was not 31.
I played
yours was 31. Our highest official score was 87.
No, I'm talking about human.
Oh, human
human
personal
comparison.
game?
Yeah.
Oh, 26.
Yeah, you got 26. I got 31 in 2 days. So,
Less than that.
yeah.
When you get this robot,
Actually, I want Harry to play that game. Let me see your high score.
Yeah.
You wanna go ahead?
I've tried it before. I wasn't a big fan, honestly.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
But I'll play it later.
Who came up with the idea to make a robot that touches a phone? Because I think that's amazing. That's ingenious.
It was inspired by one of the YouTube tutorials that we saw. We sort of took that concept and ran with it.
Awesome.
Eric?
Do you have any more plans of expanding that? So, for example, I noticed that it was making more taps as the game already ended. How would you incorporate some logic into that so that it would stop tapping when the game would end?
That's a great question. The reason why it was stopping was the game automatically runs. So when you tap, the new game starts. And not only that, we actually planned this thing to play more other games like Flappy Bird and other games. So we have planned to code it more. But the reason why it was stopping after the game was over is just it's going to restart.
Yeah, we wanted to play like infinite amount of time so that when it ends, you have to touch it to restart.
Okay.
And the pen will automatically touch it again and it will play infinite amount of times. Like it doesn't have to do anything else to start the game over again.
Okay, cool.
This side, any questions? All right, let's give it a hand for this crew.